Hey y'all, and welcome back to Growing with Ray. Today y'all, we are going to be actually growing out our peppers today. And sorry, I'm turning off a video I was watching. Y'all, I just watered these green stalks, and some of them I feel like may have clogged trays in them, so I'm gonna have to take it down. It's in the strawberry one. It's still taking forever to actually distribute the water down or whatnot, but we'll see in a little bit. Y'all, the garden is growing. I want to get these peppers out here. I did go ahead and move that raised bed over here, and I'm going to make sure to get that filled up this week, you guys. But I did go ahead and go to Home Depot because I actually like the Kellogg's potting mix for green stalks. If you've never had one, you guys, about 6 of them last year. I have 4 of them filled up already. Last year, like I explained in a prior video, I ended up getting some compost from a local business. Come to find out, it wasn't fully done being broken down, so it burnt a lot of my plants. I had to move a lot of things from out of the green stalks last year into raised beds. So this year, though I have compost, and thank you so much, Keisha, for providing that for me for this gardening season. Though I have it, and it looks broken down, I'm only going to put that in the raised beds. But since these 2 green stalks that we're filling up today, which are my pink ones, I remember these came out last year for Mother's Day. They made number 5 and number 6. And because of that, I left the compost in these, but ended up topping off this blue one and this green one with that compost as a way of amending this. So it gave it a year to continue breaking down without affecting my plants any longer. But I'm not comfortable putting compost in here. I'm just not. So what I did get, I got the Kellogg's potting mix. Now, a lot of people like the Kellogg's other one that I used in our soil video. A lot of people like the other one, which is a purplish colored bag, and that's for raised bed gardening, which I definitely have no problem with using that. This year is actually my first year using it. One thing about the green stalk, so the recommended soil type, the 2 that I know of, because I used one of them, which is Pro Mix, that's what's at the bottom of majority of these. So last year, after I took the plants out, I did dump the compost into the other raised beds, and I filled these up with Pro Mix. So this year they were only topped off with compost. But for the green stalks, they recommend Happy Frog, or they recommend Pro Mix. And that's because it's a nice, fluffy, well-draining soil mix that has the perlite in it that'll keep to make sure the drainage is good and make sure that the potting mix does not clump together as well. I'm going to give this a try just to see how it does. I've heard people talk about it, so I just want to give it a try. But yeah, I don't remember what the 3rd company is. I just know of the first 2, and I know in my area, Happy Frog is $30 a bag. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I definitely will just take care of my soil. I have no problem doing that whatsoever. Maybe one day I'll buy Pro Mix again if I don't like this, because these bags be suspicious. But at the same time, I'm gonna roll with the punches because it does look like fungi. Not even mold, it looks like fungi in here. But you can see there's perlite in here. And this is a good mix. It got a little bit of wood chips in it. Mulch, just small ones. Not as big as you would get out of Miracle Grow. But it also has some perlite in here. That's what these white dots are. It's almost like when you crush it, it feels like chalk. But 1 bag will give me 2 cubic feet, which will fill up 2 towers. Each tower is 5 towers because these are the originals, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get these filled up, and then we're gonna go over what we're planting in these. I'm thinking about putting the peppers in here, and maybe a few miscellaneous things. I'm thinking maybe to actually put some cucumbers in here to see how that does, because I've seen people's green stalks like wrap around for the cucumbers around it. But if not, I also have that plan that they're going to actually go along my gate. I don't know if y'all have seen that I did go ahead and plant the corn. Right beside us, we have a whole lot of chamomile, y'all, that we also need to harvest. So I'm going to make sure to get that done as well. But you guys, yeah, let's get into it. Y'all, we got this first green stock tower filled up, just the first layer of it. And between each layer, y'all, I'm going to water this in. If you are still here on the video, though, because, you know, everybody don't always watch it all the way through, I want to tell you guys, first and foremost, thank y'all for being here. So what's so exciting is today's Memorial Day. So definitely happy Memorial Day to you all. Prayers to the family and friends of mine, as well as your alls that have lost their lives to keep us safe and give us the freedom that we have compared to other countries. But you guys, yesterday I got a notification that I hit the 1 year anniversary on my channel. And so I just want to thank you guys for coming along with me with this journey of growing and gardening. We're going into the 5th gardening season, you guys. I'm really super duper excited. I originally, like I said, started this channel just for digital representation and journaling for myself and for my family, if any of them happen to ever want to get this gardening underway, just because I know I had a great grandmother who gardened, but I had no knowledge of like any of the information that she learned or knew or anything like that. I remember my 2nd year of gardening, my mom, or it may have been my 1st, she just almost cried, just saying, "You just remind me so much of my grandma with this gardening," and she just loves to see it, just like when she sees that I can and preserve things now. And then I have a cousin that started the year following after me because her father used to garden. It warms my heart to hear that and things of that nature. But most importantly, when the vid happened, I definitely wanted to make sure to make sustainable ways of making sure we would always have some type of food in the family for my household, but as well as my family and friends. There's been a lot of people that I've been able to give things through in the garden. And I mean, I love the process of it. I love the growing of it. God, I feel like, really called me to do such, because when I used to read about it in the Bible of a garden, and I actually found the gentleman. If I find his name, I'll put it on the screen, you guys, that are actually doing a biblical garden series, you guys. So if you're interested, definitely I'll make sure to link it in the description. But I also did just put his name on the screen. So look him up, because it's the same type of insight that I saw. And I feel like it was an answered prayer that he even is talking about that now. He's older than me. I'm only 30. But you guys, it's been a wonderful pleasure just in the 1st year. And with that, we are getting back into gardening. Y'all ready? So I got some peppers back here. I'm debating on if I want to mix up my peppers, you guys, because you all may not know, while I walk over here to get these peppers, some of my peppers are small. A good amount of these peppers that I have, Keisha, girl, a rabbit has come and eaten up a lot of my leaves on these dang on peppers you gave me. And I don't even remember what these are. But we're going to go ahead and put her peppers in here. And I'm going to assume they're sweet. So what's going to go over here is sweet peppers. But man, you can see, ooh wee, some bunnies or something ate all the bottom leaves. They're regrowing though. Very, very sad to see, but they're regrowing. But y'all, I had a very difficult time germinating my peppers this year. So like I told my other gardening friend, Miss Keisha, I was like, girl, I'm starting when you start next time, because I can't have this happen no more. This was just too much for me. It was just too much. I mean, you guys, my peppers, I mean, seriously, y'all, these peppers my tomatoes took off. It probably took me 3 additional weeks to get my peppers to actually germinate. It was so weird. And I know my seeds are older because I still have some seeds, you guys, from when I first started gardening. But at the same time, seeds don't lose viability. They may not germinate as best, but some of my melons that I started, I've had them since my very first gardening season. And when I say every single seed germinated, every single seed germinated. But y'all, I'm gonna put y'all on the time lapse while I get this planted, and then we're gonna get the next tower filled up. And so on this row, I have no idea. I don't remember what these 3 peppers were. It'll be a 4th one with this one that Miss Keisha gave me. But I know I have 2 sweet bananas, and then I have a habanada. And then we're going to the next row. Another thing that I happen to think about, y'all, is if you all are wanting to keep labels out here for them, you can get the popsicle sticks or anything like that. And from what I was told, the lead pencils work with being able to keep your tags of your labels not being withered away. My first few years I used Sharpie and didn't understand that the UVs of the sun would actually basically erase the labeling. I have some sun UV markers now that's specifically to withstand the rays of the sun. So we'll see how those work out. Next, I need to put in my gray disc and then we'll keep this going. So yeah, I'm gonna keep y'all on a time lapse until I'm ready to plant out what I'm planting. I'll tell y'all, or I may just come back to y'all. I don't know yet, but see you in a second. Hey y'all, welcome back to the video. It is another day, you guys. I ended up losing my audio on this. I'm not exactly sure why, but I was able to go ahead and get these filled out, fully done. And we will be starting on the last one. This one has a lot of sweet peppers, you guys. I believe this is the one with the sweet peppers. At the bottom, we have the sweet bananas. We have those mystery peppers, as well as we have a habanada. I then did go ahead and put a grand bell mix in some of them, you guys. And we also ended up putting in it was really a lot of this grand bell mix in those. Now this one is where I'm putting the spicy ones at, because as I'm thinking, I know I had a lot of sweet ones that was really the grand bell mix, or the habanadas. I did have to start some more seeds of the peppercini, and so we're starting some of those now. In this tower, we're going to have spicy peppers. So I have some serrano chilies in here. I have some slim cayennes in here, you guys. I know for the sweet one, I also have like a lilac beauty. On this green stock, though, you guys, I also did have to end up adding, well, I didn't have to add them, but I chose to add the strawberries on the very top tier. Those are some alpine strawberries, so there'll be a smaller fruit set. I also, on the tower of the sweet pepper one, I put squashes in there just because I know that it'll be able to do such. Now, right here, I'm telling you guys about, I had someone in the neighborhood getting ready to use straw to be put into the yard waste. So I got 2 bundles of that from them so that I could use it in the garden, you guys. I was also talking about this garden bed, you guys. I was having the most challenging this time figuring out where exactly I want that garden bed, because I do want that whole area right there to actually be a patch for the pumpkins, the squashes, the watermelons, and I know I'll have some loofahs and cucumbers growing up the fence. So, I'm talking to you all right now about, we have chamomile to harvest as well. Just also, we have some garlic scapes that are coming up on the garlic. And if you have a hardneck variety, the time that I picked them is not really the best because they have not curled yet. But as soon as I see them long enough out of the plant, I don't even wait for them to curl. I just go ahead and pick those, you guys. For the soft neck variety, you all will not actually have any garlic scapes, but soft neck is better for longer storage. For the hard neck that I grow, I usually just turn it into a post paste almost. I just make it minced basically, and then I use a tablespoon and I put that on parchment paper to go ahead and round those off on a sheet pan, flash freeze them, and then put them in the freezer for the year. So it's like my own personal garlic without the jar in the liquid. They're just frozen garlic pucks that I usually just keep in the freezer. I'm hoping that this year, it looks like I do have a lot more garlic than what I planted last year. So I'm hoping that I have a good amount of a year's supply. I just had to buy some garlic this month of May. We're actually in June now, but in May is when I had to sit here and buy me some garlic. And I'm not even gonna be dishonest with you guys. I don't want to use it, but I have been. So the goal is to always do better. I checked the bulb, and that's about how thick it is right now, so it does let me know that they are filling out. I did go ahead and also add drip irrigation to this bed, you guys. The whole season I did not have drip on it because they're one of my low producing, well, not low producing, but they're one of my low maintenance plants. The same way I feel like with sweet potatoes, I set them in the ground and just forget about them. Another thing is I'm over here saying that I did go ahead and put my borage into that one right there. I have 4 borage plants, and I do end up covering that with straw. I do end up filling up that bed. I think I don't do it with you all on camera, so you all will see that in the next gardening tour. That bed right there, we are harvesting that lettuce and that bok choy. It has gone to seed. We're going to make some ramen, and we are going to enjoy it because I am so upset that it went to seed. But bok choy is so finicky compared to all the other cool weather crops, you guys. I then also do talk about adding drip irrigation into that other bed that I know I said we filled up, which is right there, because them dang on green beans, y'all, they look so daggone sad. Not that one, the one right beside it in the gray bed. They look so daggone sad, you guys. But I should be gaining back my audio here soon. I'm just saying I need to add drip into that bed. I'm actually going to go ahead and direct sow some more green beans. That one's looking beautiful, but those geraniums are starting to die back. So sad. But yeah, so y'all, what's so interesting is I just watched a video from Broke Farmer, and I really enjoy his content. You guys, if you haven't seen him, I recommend going to find Mr. Broke Farmer, because I like his channel. He's a lazy gardener like me. Like, I mean, I may put in a lot of work. He does in-ground. I don't know exactly where he's located, but I do enjoy his videos because he's the same way I am. Gardening is a hobby to me. I do want to, of course, learn the best ways of keeping a good, sustainable garden for fresh eating. But at the same time, I'm not going to overly work myself to where I'm not going to enjoy it, you know. Some of the roots of these strawberries are getting a little root bound, but we're going to just unravel it and then put it in here. And then before I stack it up, what I did yesterday with that green stock is between each layer, I did go ahead and water it. I'm going to do this the same way I do with my strawberries over on the other end, which is water each layer and then put the soil around it. If the soil can stay intact though while I'm doing this, that'll be great. Just loosen it up a little bit so that they know that they got more room and they can spread out. I'm not the type, I'm not going to lay them all fancy down and spread them out evenly. Even when I put the strawberries in there, I just usually like to put it against the base of the green stock and then push the soil onto it. But another thing is, I know when I used to get store-bought plants, this is how I learned to unravel them, because a lot of times they become root bound very quickly because they're at the store longer than they need to be, and in that container longer than they need to be. But what I usually do is I just cut off a portion of the roots, the same way you can do with certain house plants. I mean, a lot of them, they go through a small shock if such, but they'll grow. You do that to help maintain the size of them, but I do it just so them to know, hey, these roots are stressed. I'm going to give you a better start, and we just go like that. So I'm going to get these done, y'all. And of course, if there's anything I didn't cover about the green stalks, because on the green stalk website, they tell you what you can grow in your green stalks. And I always test them to see if they gonna work. So as I get better with the vertical tower gardening, there may be an expert out here that can do it fantastically, you guys. And I know you all may be wondering, well, we just did a video of you filling up your green stocks. Yeah, but who's to say someone that's new on this video didn't see the last one? So guess what? I want to show you that possibilities are endless. Like I said, I'm putting lettuce in here. I got some alpine strawberries in here. I have peppers in here. I mean, I've seen people do patio tomatoes in here. I've seen people do cucumbers, which is why I'm trying cucumbers this year in here too. So they're really endless, and it's a good alternative for those that are in apartments with a little patio or balcony, which is why I encourage the spinners bases. Now, when you see this video, the sale will be done for those. And I just got too many green stocks. I would get them, but your girl just got too many green stocks. I don't want to get all of them. And then, of course, yeah, I still got this one pocket with no idea of what I'm going to put in there just yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna find something and just throw it in there. The other thing is, I told y'all I was supposed to be starting some more succession plants for when this garlic and stuff come out. Y'all, I ain't started them, so I'm gonna be starting them today. I did pick up some more sunflowers because I don't know if I told y'all, but last year I only got sunflowers in certain areas because I threw them out to feed the birds. They was, you know, bird seeds, whatever. And let's just say they ate a lot, but they didn't eat enough because we had a lot of sunflowers. If y'all did not see that last year around my pond, that's why I have 3 volunteers around there, and the other volunteers that I was supposed to make sure to move somewhere, yeah, they just didn't make it because I forgot all about them. It got hot. But let's get another plant. We'll probably put like a carnation or something over here. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to find something to put in this side pocket and just call it a day, okay? Another exciting thing, my peas are starting to flower. I'm so excited, y'all. I got to definitely get dripped onto this bed. It's immediately. Do y'all see the treat that I'm about to be able to get? Do y'all see that? Let's go get it. Y'all saw this one, right? I see this one. Let me show y'all. Look at this. Look at the shape of it, y'all. What in the world? Yes, you guys. And I'm sure it's going to be just as good as any of the other ones. Red on the inside. So, another project I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be uprooting some of these. They may not like it, but they'll be okay. I need to uproot them. Oh my gosh. That one tasted like candy. Oh wow. Oh yeah. I got to get it together with the strawberries, y'all. Because if they all going to taste like that, oh baby. Ooh. Oh yeah. I need that. But another interesting thing, y'all, is my strawberries are already putting off runners. I gotta find like little baggies or cups or something to root these strawberries in, because I'm gonna put them in the pockets where a strawberry didn't grow. And on top of that, I'm about to start saving them, and I'm about to get another green stock, another vertical one, and it's gonna go right here, so I can have my 3 towers of strawberries. Okay. I don't know if y'all know what borage is, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. And on top of that, it has a lot of medicinal purposes. I would tell you to do your own research on them, because I've heard that a few times. I've just never taken the time to look them up. What I like it for is because of it's simply, y'all, it's just so stinking pretty. It's just so cute. And it's going to fill this out. And I'm putting 4 in here because last year I only had 1 in each corner of my bigger bed right beside it. And y'all, the poor thing, Both of them fell over mid-season. So I'm hoping these will support each other so that hopefully we don't run into that issue this year. But the bees love it. They're very beautiful. They're so stinking beautiful. And they deserve to be here the whole season. Now, this bed was supposed to be for my artichokes, but they ended up dying over the winter. So, though they moved us to zone 7, let me just say, like I told somebody in the comment section, yeah, this is giving more 6B this year. So that's another reason why I'm going so slow with this. Just to also show y'all that you're not late to the party. Like, you can still grow. You can still get starts. You can still sit here and plant them out. You're not late, okay? Please understand that you're not late. If you have a good growing season like we do here, we have over 200 days of growing season. You're not late to the party. And on top of that, with the successions that I'm going to be doing, y'all, I got a lot of things of turning beds. Because remember, I told y'all at the beginning of the season and a few times throughout it so far, I want to grow all year. I want to truly make use of my space. This is a hobby that I want to do all year long. And it's only every 3 years that we usually get snow. So I feel like that'll be great. Now, I'm thinking about starting some rutabagas to give them a try. But y'all, with that, that's the end of this video. I thank you so much for joining me as always. And you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.